Boop. 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 Yay, there it goes.
Taking a long time. Yep.
Boop.
There we are.
Boop. Turn up just a little bit. Oh, and I need to fix... Oh, there it goes. Woo! Lucky Bats, awa! Take the Hun, hello. Flip Not Doodad 88, boom! Kick the Bandit, this is odd.
You are odd. Yeah, take that.
Mm-hmm. Radioactive Bear, evening, guys.
Ooh.
I just saw that Auspex Tactics put out a video about the prices of the battle boxes, and I wonder, where do people get the number from?
It's a good question.
Because Games Workshop hasn't emailed me back.
Well, that's BS.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me the price of the boxes?
Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I typed.
Yep. Just like that. That's how it sounds
Yeah.
through typing. I'm sure that they'll get right back to you.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel Thompson, my wife is sick and I missed the very beginning of the stream making her tea. Disliked.
Oh,
Jeez. Well, just don't be sick.
yeah.
Has she tried doing that? Yeah. That's what I decided to do today. Is not be sick. So,
Works like a
pretty
charm.
easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, you just put your mind to it, anything's possible.
Mm-hmm. Monitor. Oh, hey, time to take a break from watching Korean street food videos. Unless, are you Korean street food? Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you better believe it.
Chip Keeps Amazing channel. It's been a while since I caught the stream. I'm loving the new overlay. Yeah! It's real now.
Exactly.
Brian Norris. Any tips on how to get better at using shades? I always get coffee stains. Yes! I would say it doesn't hurt to put water on the model. Just kind of like really quick give it a wipe with water and then apply your wash. And then you'll have a little bit more wiggle room to push it around. Like if you were painting a Space Marine shoulder pad, I'd probably rub the Space Marine shoulder pad down with water and then put on my shade, and then I would go back in with a damp brush and I would wipe away the shade from the areas where I don't want it to pool up. You kind of have to keep an eye on it. You can't just glob it on and then hope that it evaporates from the spots you don't want, because it's kind of gonna get everywhere. We have a great video on are washes still useful, or are washes good? Have washes been overturned?
Exactly.
Where I have a bunch of tips and tricks on how to get the most out of your washes.
Search washes on our channel and you'll find it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Gigabomb 2 tips. What are you doing? What are you going to do now that the dislike button is nerfed? I'm waiting for Horus Heresy box set, breaks for life, plastic, Mark 7, 5, and 2 armor coming. Well, actually, I have the inside scoop, and actually, we are going to get the much anticipated Mark 9 armor. That doesn't exist.
No, we're getting it.
Mm-hmm.
You just willed it into existence. Who's Will?
Brandon Young. Sounds like your wife is refusing Nurgle's gift to me.
Nailed it.
Radioactive Bear. Jay, I painted my first Imperial Fist the other day. Ooh, I painted my first Imperial Fist today. Ooh. It's pretty decent, but doesn't have a lot of mistakes on it. Also, I bought it secondhand, and has a bolt rifle and power fist. I don't know if that's a legal take, but I don't. It might be. You never know. Battle Brothers Tabletop. I'm almost on time for the stream. Almost. Were you also getting tea?
Because that's the only excuse that you can have.
Doomslayer, Morning Jay, and Invisible Nick, you boys have your lower horns harvested to prevent the Omnicrons taking your life. I have no idea what that is.
I don't either.
Lower horns? Like lower horns like dick?
That's what I would assume. Yeah. Maybe a reference to Futurama with Fry's lower horn. Yeah.
Chipkip's amazing channel. Mark 10 is basically Mark 9 if you don't know how Roman numerals work.
I have a Mark 10S. That's what I have. Like iPhones.
Hilariously, the Imperium of Mankind skipped Mark 10 or Mark 9 armor to go straight to Mark 10. Mark 10 Tacticus Call pattern armor. The last mark was the Mark 8 Errant armor that the Death Watch wears. And it's kind of just a souped up version of the Mark 7 with more cowling around the neck. And if you could believe it, ever so slightly different shaped knee pads. They're less round and more oval. And you know what? To some people, that's what makes all the difference. Eden and 5, Jay, I'm reading a Warhammer horror story and blasted through the first 5 chapters this morning. Ooh, cool. Which one? Radioactive Bear, Jay, what airbrush would you recommend for Citadel paints? Badger Patriot 105. It's a great airbrush, and it's fairly inexpensive, and replacement parts are very cheap, which is nice. Although I think my internal gaskets are a little messed up, so I need to get a new gasket set. But those are consumables, unfortunately.
That's because you spank it, you spit in it. I mean, you really roughhouse with it. And you use it every day.
Andy Crimson, I don't like the fact that I can't see dislikes anymore. Also, hey everyone.
I don't like it either.
Jaegerbomb 2, painted Sanguinary Guard, old school models with jump packs, aged well. Oh yeah, the Sanguinary Guard are great. There's no problem with them other than they're just a little bit small because they're based off of the old Space Marines. But yeah, I don't think the Sanguinary Guard are even that old. 2012? Even if I'm reading the House of Knight and Chain. Interesting.
Flipping up, do that 88. Squidmore has his own from Harder and Steinbeck. That's true. He has his own.
Ooh, Battle Brothers Tabletop. I have a kill team question. How do you handle line of sight? Or more specifically, I guess, line of sight edge cases? Because I feel like they come up fairly consistently, where it's like my head can see a little bit of your arm. And that counts, according to the rules. But it's like, if the models weren't weird and spindly and the terrain wasn't weird and jagged, like, do you have a grace period? Does it have to be really obvious? Do you use a laser pointer?
It probably just has to be agreed on.
Yeah.
You have to have a third party. So yeah, it's a 2-player game, but someone has to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, these questions wouldn't come up if you played with like Lego blocks and sorry pieces. Then there'd be no possible room for line of sight confusion. Happy something. I'm torn between my love of the Iron Warriors and my complete lack of ability to paint stripes. Well, if you start Iron Warriors, I guarantee you will learn how to paint stripes.
That is true.
Wheelchair 8771. Got this model with Indomitus? Yes! This is the PLASMANCER. Cryptek.
Battle Brothers Tabletop. Yeah, I play the new kill team exclusively with a full-time referee.
Mm-hmm. Jaegerbomb 2 at EonsBattle. Do you think it's a bit anal that Games Workshop doesn't allow third-party bits in the games hosted in their stores? I mean, main model is theirs. What's wrong with the bits? I don't think that's an official rule. It just depends from store to store. I know for a fact that people have gotten away with playing with other parts on their models at my Warhammer store. But yeah, that's not an official rule. And usually you'll get away with it if it's not, especially if it's just hard to tell, like most bit swaps are. Radioactive Bear, what compressor goes with the Badger 105 best? No idea. I own a compressor and it sucks. But every little tankless single piston compressor seems to work great.
And it sucks in terms of size, sound, everything.
Size, sound.
Not in terms of how it works.
No, yeah, it blows is how it works.
Yeah. So you probably can't go wrong with any, but some of them are loud and bad and big and weird.
Yep, full-time referee. Benjamin Cole, do you think 3D printing is viable for casual 40k and why? Yeah, I mean, I think it's viable for any level of 40k. I mean, pro, cash. I mean, I guess you have to be a pro 3D printer probably to make models for your casual 40k.
Yeah, and if you're like not careful at all, probably don't do it unless you get like some bendier resins. Because if you drop it, it's going to shatter. We wouldn't know this for any reason, though.
Doomslayer, I'm going to get the new Space Marine Battle Force box, and I may just use the extra intercessors to make Primaris Sanguinary Guard. Would love to do the same with the Death Company, have all the parts. I think, did Eric's Hobby Workshop do a video on Primaris Sanguinary Guard? If you look up Primaris Sanguinary Guard, I think you'll find videos on how to do it. Battle Brothers Tabletop. I agree with Nick. Good communication with your opponent is the way to go. I'm moving this guy behind cover so you cannot see him, but the flip side of that is with alternating activations. So that you can just flank that model with my guy and shoot him anyways. Yeah! One thing though is, and I wish this about old Kill Team 2 is I wish that there was more movement. Because if you decide to not move your guy,
for you?
Nope. If you decide not to move a guy for a turn, all of a sudden it's like he's not going to get to the opponent's board edge.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even pick those cards. I'm not gonna do it. Yeah. I know I'm not.
Ooh, that actually brings up another good question for Battle Brothers Tabletop. I'll be right back.
Oh my goodness. Well, there you go. I think we'll never see Jay again. Interestingly, my girlfriend is our referee, but she always sides with whichever one of my friends is playing. Ah, that's perfect. Amazing.
Where is it?
Is it the marksman card?
No.
Hmm.
Well, the marksman is a solid pick if you think you've got good shooting on your team.
Uh-huh.
The one where it's like, don't have an enemy on half of the board.
Oh, the 6-inch.
6-inch from, yeah, the 6-inch from your deployment zone.
Yeah, that one's pretty ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Where is it? Ah! Hold the line! You can reveal this tac op in the target reveal step of any turning point after the first. At the end of any turning point, if there are no enemy operatives within 6 inches of your drop zone, you score 1 victory point. This one is craziness for the missions where you deploy hamburger or hot dog style, because it's half the map. There can't be an enemy on your half of the board, which is like impossible. Although I did achieve it twice last time I played.
Mm-hmm.
But would not have been able to achieve it if I was playing against the orcs. NZ Wheelchair 87771 tips. Keep it up. Oh, we will.
No.
No, yeah, we're going to stop
now.
We're all done.
But we'll take your money first, but then we'll stop. Yeah. It's tough. I mean, I feel like 3 inches would be enough.
I think 3 inches is plenty.
Maybe they play tested it, and it's really easy for teams that have tons of guys to just get in there.
But yeah, we were playing, and it was there can't be an enemy who crosses the halfway point of the map. Otherwise they are within 6 inches of my deployment zone. Radioactive Bear, Jay, would you ever consider getting the Forge World Warlord Titan? No. It doesn't look fun. Tristan Lee, my girlfriend is our referee, but she always sides with whichever of my friends is playing.
I like to, if I'm refereeing, I choose the person who... I always don't choose the person that's winning. So if somebody's winning, I'll tip the favor in the other direction.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want them to win.
Hamburger or hot dog. That's the best way to describe it. Sometimes you play hamburger, sometimes you play hot dog. It actually says that in the mission briefing. Deploy your Space Marines, hamburger, along hamburger side of the game board.
Pretty good.
Doomslayer, hey, did you ever say that Vertigus box is limited time only? I can't see many stores with any in stock, or are they trying to sell the much worse box Chardon? Chalnath? Chaldan is not much worse. It comes with all the same stuff except the rulebook. It comes with a board, terrain, and 2 teams.
Well, it's much worse if you don't. It's much worse if you don't want any of the stuff in the box.
Yeah, then it's way worse.
It sucks.
Mm-hmm. Joe Draco's, I have arrived. What the hell happened to your stream? It looks like someone beat it up with a nightclub. Yeah.
Vampy, how do you guys feel about no dislikes?
Well, it's not no dislikes. It's just you can't see the dislikes, which is sad.
And it's a pain for us to be able to see them.
Yeah.
So yeah, it sucks.
Mm-hmm. But on the flip side, at least every new Apple commercial and stuff isn't going to get dislike bombed. So at least the corporations are safer.
Actually, Apple turns off their
oh, do they?
Their engagement stuff. Yeah.
That's smart. They wouldn't be good. And I don't know if they necessarily deserve it, but I just think it's funny to troll them.
Holy Travioli tips! And then monitor tips! Please stop.
Okay.
Stop streaming?
I'll pull the plug right now. Battle Brothers Tabletop. I really like Hold the Line for Imperial Guard. If anybody gets close, you just blast them off super strong in the right circumstances. Maybe, but keeping every enemy model to their half of the board is hard.
I feel like you had the best case scenario
Yeah.
to do it. Because I only had 5 guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, against 5 guys, it's probably not. It's not. I mean, I was able to do it.
Yep. Yeah, if I had my Orc Commandos and, other fun stuff,
Yeah, not a chance.
it'd be a little bit more difficult. I would make sure. 'Cause I could just spend guys. I wouldn't even care.
Oh, you bring the grot. Zip. Get rid of it.
Just tuck
Turn
him
1.
behind a building. Yeah. That's a good use for him.
Mm-hmm.
Is if I'm assuming that you have Hold the Line or something like that, I could zip him over to your side, and then just have him chill. Be annoying.
Mad Mix. It sounds like he was talking about the 2 terrain boxes. There's terrain boxes? I don't know nothing. Daniel Thompson, hockey ref style. If you do a bad call against one player, give a bad call against another player for balance, or a time penalty style, and kill a player model. Is that how you fix a bad call? Is you do another bad call?
That's how we're doing it from now on.
Yes. Jägerbomb 2?
Battle Brothers Tabletop. Yeah, don't take Hold the Line against Lil Grotti.
Just every turn he just zips behind something else.
Oh, God, would that be good?
Or you could
He's
do
difficult,
just the perfect ambush or whatever it is, where you just start a guy anywhere on the board you want, just before the game starts.
That's true. I for some reason I feel like there's an exception on him.
Oh, it could
maybe
be.
not. Maybe that's the bomb squig.
The orcs have so many good options that you've not even used many of their good options.
Yep.
Gigabomb 2, what do you want to see next lore-wise in 40k? I want Primarchs back. I know the Lion is the most likely loyal one, but I want Corvus. I don't know.
I want 40k end times.
Mm-hmm.
That's
We
what I
already
want.
have
That'd be
lots
just
of
fun.
Primarchs. We've got Mortarion, Magnus the Red, Gilliman. So I don't know. Dorn
40K,
could come back, I guess.
40k end times. 40k end times. Rogue, hey all, I just got a resin printer on Friday. Yeah, you show Games Workshop.
Yeah.
Boss. You print anything cool yet?
Joe Draco's 2 bad calls, 2 wrongs make a right suddenly. I'm in. Ryan Fit, what is the best chaplain? That is a hard one. I think probably the Primaris chaplain on bike. That model is sick.
Ooh. If you replace the book, it'd be
I
a
like
perfect
the book.
model. Well, I'm saying the book is good, but the book looks bad. There's better books out there.
There's better books. I don't mind the book. It is, yeah. It is a little bit Vectorworksy.
Yep. Perfectly square edges.
Yeah.
No, the chains holding it down.
Yeah, they forgot to do the blender pass on it to beat it up a little bit.
Yeah. That's my only complaint.
Mm-hmm.
Literally perfect. I wonder I wonder if someone has made a new book. That'd be pretty amazing.
Andy Crimson, 2 wrongs don't make a right, but 3 rights make a left.
Yeah. Hack'em slash 40k end times equals Nids eat the galaxy.
Pretty much. Joe Draco's, Dorn is a Custodes hiding in plain sight in the Imperial Palace. Probably. Nobody knows where he is. Actually, I just finished the first book of the Horus Heresy, and it was really good. It was really cool. It's a really cool read after you're already a huge fan of 40k. Because you get to
what? Maybe 100 people should read this book?
Yeah, I'd say
Maybe 200?
yeah. You get a lot of really cool firsts. You get the first time a Space Marine ever kills a Space Marine. You get the very first time anyone except the Emperor gets exposed to chaos. You get the first time anyone ever worships the Emperor as a god. And it's really neat to see all of these firsts.
First day of school.
Yeah. Yeah, your little Primaris
First time on a
lunchbox.
bus. Yeah, adorable.
Mm-hmm.
I know you've read some of the other 40k books. Is it better, worse, the same?
Yeah, I'd say it was one of the
Quality?
better ones.
Better ones?
Yeah, I still think the Infinite and the Divine is my favorite, but I think it's up there.
Mm-hmm.
Champ Styles, I will always love Blood Angels, but I think you're influencing me because of all of a sudden Black Templars are starting to look really badass. Must stay strong.
And then that new show.
Mm-hmm.
And do a new show on
That's
it.
true.
That it looks like, they're going balls deep on that animation.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're not hiding anything this time around. This is gonna be interesting. And like those like screensavers that they showed are like really cool. Manticore Jones, the first 4 books are incredible.
That's what I've heard. I've heard that the first bunch of books are really good, and after that, it's a little hit and miss. I'm frankly surprised that all 50 books aren't bangers.
You would think.
Yeah.
Weird. Are they all written by different people?
There's 5 authors. A lot of them are Dan Abnett, who's kind of like the legend of the Black Library. He writes a lot of the really good books. Yeah. Yeah, so there's a few different authors. Yeah, Nick's read them all, so I'm just trying to catch up.
Yeah. You'll get there.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel Thompson. Arbiter Ian has a good video where he reviews which books you should read.
Yes, it's a very good video. I love that for every book he makes up a brand new grading system. So he's like, I'd give this one 3.5 Primarchs. I'd give this one butter side down. Ominous Mecha, I think the Gene Sealer cult has gotten to me. The cult is suddenly looking pretty enticing. Those Custodes look neat too. Yeah, the Gene Sealer cult is dope.
And really good in game.
John, a Cabal minion. On the one hand, messing up my sleep schedule sucks. On the other hand, I get to watch these lovely gents live. Yeah, worth it.
Perfect. Just don't sleep. Problem solved.
Mm-hmm. Phalanx, I was there the day Horus slew the Emperor, is the best way to start a book series, in my opinion. It's definitely the best way to start a book series where everyone who's reading it already has contextual information on what that sentence means.
Imagine if you rolled up to a Barnes & Noble and bought that. And you're like, what?
Who's
What?
Horus?
Who's the Emperor?
Mm-hmm.
Do they sell the Black Library books in real bookstores?
Yeah.
Ah. Interesting.
They're expensive.
Yeah.
It's like I remember I was in a bookstore and I saw like it's crazy. I think it was like £8 or $16 for the Americans or $18 for Canadians. So we get to pay
Interesting.
double.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, maybe they just assume that not a lot of people are going to buy it.
Maybe.
Because, like, Eat, Pray, Love is, what, $4? Because tons of, women bought it.
Mm-hmm.
So, But if your books aren't flying off the shelves, you got to make them a little bit more expensive to keep that profit up.
Happy something? 50, not counting the Siege of Terra. Yeah, the Siege of Terra is a whole nother book series, right? But it's basically a continuation of the story. So technically there's way more than 50 books. Total is about 90 if you can include the short stories. Andy Crimson, if you want Warhammer Horror, Peter Fenevari is fantastic. I read one really, really good Warhammer horror story, and I wonder if it was one of his. Forget the name. It was in a free book I got from my Warhammer store, where it has like a whole bunch of little short stories in it, as like a little taster for Warhammer books. And all the stories are really good.
Maybe that's why the real books are so expensive, because they're handing out tasters for free.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like when you're in Costco and he's like, "Hey, do you want to try a Vienna sausage on a toothpick?"
Yeah.
It's exactly what it's like.
Yep. Oh boy. Bet you that they're never doing that again.
Oh, never.
But I love that though. Like an older lady would hand you something.
Yeah.
Random cereal. Where is it?
Aaron Ferguson, if the Gene Stealer cult entice you, you will be glad to hear that a neophyte is the mini of the month. Ooh, really? That's kind of cool.
Tickets at events. What's the thumbs down? It is at 47 thumbs down.
Oh, Google.
I know. And that's a bitch to get into.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to go to the studio, then you have to hit content, then you have to switch from uploads to live, and then it's right there. And then you have to put your mouse hovering over the likes to be able to see how many dislikes you have. So, pretty rude.
Hack'em Slash. Anyone subscribing to Imperium? I might when it comes to the U.S. We'll see.
I'm not.
Definitely seems to be a good way to get a whole bunch of G-Dub models for really cheap.
Not any of the ones that I want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really only if you play Imperium armies or Necrons. But really, I mean, besides, weirdos, who plays armies other than Necrons or Imperium? I wouldn't be caught dead with a Xenos army. I've never painted any Xenos models.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be pretty disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Levi, this no dislike button thing is gonna bring clickbait back. Clickbait was gone?
No, clickbait's king. I was watching Linus Tech Tips, their podcast, and they were talking about the removal of the dislikes, and they think that a bunch of scam artists are on YouTube are going to have an easier time because they can't get downvoted into oblivion. Like people with pyramid schemes and stuff.
Yeah, probably. I mean, that was the kind of the argument that I heard was, tutorials. Like, bad tutorials get downvoted like crazy. Mm-hmm. So when you start watching the video, you know that it's BS. But, I mean, how often do you really... I guess you do that a lot. I look down before I even start the video. So, I don't know. I think they shouldn't even just have the dislike if it's this big of a problem. Just get rid of the whole thing. Just have it be likes. And be like every other company out there. Mm-hmm. What they do is they have the like button and then the love button.
Yeah. I mean, I think the only reason they did it is to help corporations.
Yes. Or what they should do is they should have the like button and then the laughing button.
Oh, the laughing.
The laughing's meaner than a dislike.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, ha ha ha, you're an idiot. God, I whenever I'm scrolling through my Facebook, I see some beautiful stuff on the Milwaukee Buy, Sell, and Trade group, and if people are shitting all over it and they're doing the laughing face, I always add one in there, just for fun. There was this one person, and they made a soap map of the United States. And you think, okay, maybe that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
that could be kind of a cool thing. But what they did was they made a sheet of soap, and then they smashed it with a hammer, and then they found pieces that looked like the states and arranged them. So it's literally just garbage. It's just shards of garbage because none of them look like the states.
Yeah, that doesn't even make sense.
Like they didn't get like molds or make molds and like pour, oh, this is Wisconsin, this is Illinois. This is a shard of soap that looks like Wisconsin. This is a shard of soap that kind of looks like Texas.
That is kind of wild. That's like the hardest way I could possibly imagine doing that project.
Yeah.
Like you can buy cookie cutters of every state.
I know.
I know. Get a little hot glue.
Wild.
It'd be so easy.
Yep, and so I added my laughing emoji to that one.
Can make that for you in a weekend.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, and it said in the description, it said something like state look-alike soap. That's what it said, and somebody typed a comment. They're like, I appreciate that you said look-alike. And yeah, it's pretty good.
Nuzzles, I'm starting a new job that pays pretty well, and I'm torn between Raven Guard and an all-Phobos Deathwatch army. I feel like you wouldn't want to go all-Phobos Deathwatch army, because the whole point of Deathwatch is you can mix and match all different types of models in the same unit. Raven Guard would make more sense to go all Phobos, because Phobos is kind of like the tactical sneaky armor, and the Raven Guard are the tactical sneaky chapter. I feel like, though, with any Space Marine chapter, you could probably just glue on Deathwatch shoulder pads and be able to have a twofer. You could have Blood Angels and Deathwatch. Because you could just say, yeah, they all just got back from the Deathwatch chapter.
Doomslayer, did they have Alaska, Nick? You know, I don't remember. I think it was just the lower 48, unfortunately. I know if they had Alaska and Hawaii, it would have been a must-buy, but
I like to think it was just some crumbs that made up Hawaii.
Yeah, God, I don't think I could even find the post. It was like last week that I saw it.
Scarecrow, any specific paint brands you recommend for glowing energy effects for power or Necron weapons? I don't know. Bright colors, like neon green, or lime green, or white. Levy, a high dislike ratio usually indicates the video was clickbait, for example, fake movie trailers. Ooh, that's a good point. Fake movie trailers get me a lot. It's like, this is the trailer for Avatar 3. It's not. There's hundreds of fake trailers for Avatar 3.
Tiki Pins, Nick, when are you sending me the DLP to check out? Oh, I'm not sending it. Why would I do that? That'd be rude. To me, not to you. You would be happy. Tristan Lee, ever tried dry brushing contrast paints?
No. I don't think that would work that well. I mean, usually when you dry brush, your paint is fairly dry, and contrast paint is pretty darn wet.
Yeah, but have you tried dry brushing with a wash?
I never have.
Weird. That's how I do all my models.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Dracos, there's an Avatar 2?
Oh, wait, yeah, there's not. I bet there's still a lot of trailers for Avatar 3. Avatar 2 is coming out in 2050.
When did they say Avatar 2? Didn't they say that I remember we looked this up a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently Avatar 2 is supposed to come out December 16th, 2022. With a budget of $250 million, which is kind of low.
That is kind of low.
I'm surprised.
I wonder, though, because they made the next, 5 movies all at the same time. So I wonder if they were given a budget of, $500 million, and then they cut it, they divide it by the 3 movies, so it actually looks somewhat reasonable per movie.
Although, okay. Yes, that's exactly what they did. So apparently the total of all of the movies is $1.5 billion.
Wow!
Which is the second film, fourth film, and fifth film, and third film. That's the budget for all of them put together.
Well, you know what they say. You make a movie, it does pretty darn well, and then what? Wait 12 years? How long has it been? 2008?
2009.
2009.
The budget for the first Avatar was $237 million. The box office was $2.8 billion.
Ah, okay. That's why. That's why they're not letting it just die.
Yeah, I mean they made almost $3 billion off the movie.
Damn, I didn't know. I saw it in theaters. I didn't think.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone I've ever met saw it in theaters.
That's true. I mean, it's fine. It's not bad. It's a movie.
Yeah.
It's kind of it's kind of like it's a worse version of District 9.
Yeah.
Also, District 9 is like, I think what is District 9, an hour and a half? Like, it's quick.
Yeah, it's quick. It's perfect. That's exactly how long movies should be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, District 9 is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. The budget for District 9, any guesses?
60 million?
30 million.
30 million. Oh my god, nothing. No money.
Yeah, I know.
That's not much money for an effects-heavy action movie.
Exactly. Box office, it made $210 million. So pretty close to $3 billion.
Daniel Thompson, $7.
Yeah. People like District 9 more. Like, in terms of IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, District 9 rocks. What I really appreciate, because Avatar is a pretty good movie, but it treats the audience like children. Like, the bad guy has big scars all over his face, and the good guys are cute blue cat people.
Yeah.
Whereas District 9, like, the good guy is the bad guy, and the disgusting aliens are the good guys you should root for.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
I remember watching it. I remember we got it. Let's see, when did this one come out? 2009. Yeah, because I remember my parents, because they've always been signed up for the Netflix DVD. I remember that's how we watched it. Got it through that.
It's directed by one of my favorite directors, Neil Blomkamp, and it stars one of my favorite actors, Charlita Copley. I know Neil Blomkamp, his movies are always good, but everyone hates them, and so he's a little bit in director jail right now. And he's making short films on YouTube.
Ah, interesting. Does he have a Patreon?
Probably.
That's pretty awesome.
I mean, even in his short films, he's had real people in them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sigourney Weaver, one of the Olsens. But yeah, nobody will produce movies because they always do really bad. Although they're beloved, like, after the fact sometimes. Although everybody just hated Chaffee because it was just so much fun and cool and
it's
good.
Fun.
Yeah,
It's a good movie. But,
nothing wrong with it. But man, did people slam that movie hard when it came out?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Mm-hmm. Eddie Crimson, I think you mean a worse version of Fern Gully. Hack'em Slash. Asia must have eaten it up. You know what? That totally could be. It's a real pretty movie. Doomslayer. I hope they get more unobtainium and use it to make more hard todos. I remember they were mining unobtainium because you can't get unobtainium on Earth. Man, they really did have no faith in their audience to pick up on things. They couldn't even be mining like a gold or something. It had to be unobtainium.
Maybe they thought that a lot of kids would watch it?
Maybe.
What is it rated?
Probably PG-13. It's a little violent.
Exactly. Yeah, where District 9 is rated R.
Yeah, it is. I mean, District 9 has nudity and violence and gore.
Avatar is almost 3 hours long.
Oh my god.
It's 2 hours and 42 minutes. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Wesley Favreau. Grr, I have a scar. I'm the baddie. Yep, that's pretty much that is. Kino Kinonas, quick, what base should I do for my iron hands? Lava.
Boom. Lava. We have like 5,000 different lava bases for you to choose from. if you so choose.
To consider Prince, I love Chappie. I love Chappie too. I went to go see it. I went to go see that movie with my sister, and we both loved it. It's just a fun movie. It's got original music by Diane Wood, and then they're in the movie playing themselves as criminals from South Africa, which honestly is kind of what they are. So
Exactly.
Doomslayer Blomkamp uses his YouTube channel for proof of concept. His monster designs are thumbs up. I really like his short films, but he should huh?
Oh, it's talking back.
He should get some of them made into movies.
Jam Styles, remember when Warcraft did a movie? I was waiting for the skip cinematic icon to pop up. I saw that in the theaters drunk out of my mind. Because I had a friend who was really into Warcraft. And so he wanted to watch it, and yeah. I've never played the game, so I didn't get it. And but it was good because I was drunk. So it made sense in my drunk mind.
Kino Quinones, Chappie would have done better without Diane Wood. I agree it would have done better, but I love it. I mean, number one, it is a South African movie. I mean, it was shot in South Africa. Everybody in it is from South Africa, and that band is from South Africa. So it's just what you get. But I like it. I like how weird it is. This weird, like, cyber rap soundtrack. Scarecrow, Avatar crushed it when it came out for the visuals alone, but honestly I expected the sequel is going to have PS3 graphics, which reminds me I really miss going to the cinema. Damn you, Redacted 19. I wonder how the second and third, like, what is there more to say? Like,
I can't even possibly imagine
and
what
the
this
weird
is going to be.
The weird thing is they've gotten so many of the dead actors back. Or not dead actors, but like actors whose character died in the first movie.
Ooh, prequel.
Probably.
Gotta be a prequel. Okay. I mean, the big thing is, are we going to watch it in the theaters?
I might. I really want to see what happens.
I would like to see what happens, too. Well, this time next year, we'll be waiting for it. Unless they push it back. They'll push it back.
Yeah, definitely. Drug, what base should I do for my Grey Knights? Lava.
Yeah.
Claim 1000. Any tips for making convincing water texture for a base? I don't know if this was a thing you covered. I'd suggest lava. I don't know a lot about using water textures. I've never really done it. The only time I've made water is I used drywall spackle, and it was sort of convincing.
Yeah. I have one of those. God, I don't even know where it is or what's going on. It has a. It's like a clear putty. I think Vallejo makes it, something like that. And I tried it on one little base and it seemed to work, but I couldn't tell you anymore. I just gave up on it.
Kick the Bandit. I really enjoyed Hugh Jackman's really bad South African accent. Yeah. I mean, he's Australian. It's like the same thing.
Hack'em slash. It's Lava Knight.
I love in the movie Chappie when Hugh Jackman gets the go ahead to use his giant death robot, and he's just gleefully murdering like criminals. Oh, it's awesome. And he's just sitting at like a VR chair, just cackling as his murder robot just destroys everything. Chappie also had an absolutely bananas good trailer. I remember seeing the trailer, and like literally the trailer for Chappie made me cry. Like, it's so good. I do not understand. People who don't hate that movie, I think, have no joy in their heart.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that don't have any joy in their heart. I mean, I think you literally just nailed it.
He's a friendly little robot with bunny ears.
Dumb.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they would say. Yeah, I don't know.
Jana Cabal Minion, I'll try it as well. What bases for my Blood Bowl Lizardman team? I would go with like a cracked lava base.
Yeah. Great idea. Lava turf.
Mm-hmm.
Jennifer Perryman, Jay, what's a good Games Workshop paint to use instead of Vallejo Stonewall Gray?
I don't think there is. I don't think there's a single Games Workshop paint that's better the quality than Vallejo Stonewall Gray. Stonewall Gray is a perfect paint. Good coverage. It's a nice warm light gray. It's a great paint.
You heard it here, folks.
Games Workshop wishes they had a paint as good as Stonewall Gray.
Damn. I've heard that they're cooking up one right now. They just can't get the recipe correct.
Yeah, well, we're not supposed to talk about that because of the NDA.
Ah, you're right. Whoops. Oh yeah, we're gonna get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Something that is fun. I think we said wiener or penis or something immediately when we started, because what's fun about having the the live stream open in the studio, besides being able to see dislikes, it says the monetization. It says that it's limited, so we must have said something horrible when we started.
It makes sense.
That's pretty funny. But speaking of being limited and saying penis immediately, it is 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yep. And we had a video out. We had a video out on Monday. We have 3 more videos out this week. We have one tomorrow on Wednesday, and then we have one on Friday, and we have a Patreon exclusive episode on Saturday. And we're going to be doing our community critique. And so a bunch of patrons submitted some models, and we talked about them, and we tore them apart, and we said how horrible they were.
Mm-hmm.
And mostly how good they are, because they're really good.
Yeah.
And then on Friday, we have a Patreon-only stream after our normal stream. And that's a call-in stream, so you can actually chat with us with your voice, which is fun. Like we're hanging out. But with that said, we'll have another live stream tomorrow at 9 p.m. Central, so join us for that.
All right, everybody. Good night.